with you. Although I miss St. Patrick's Day in science, there are so many other sciences we can talk about. And we can talk about tree science to celebrate Arbor Day. Tree science is called dendrology. So dendrologists are people who study trees and why they're important. And Arbor Day is the day we set aside to celebrate trees. And I am so excited to tell you a little bit more about Arbor Day, but I think I hear someone coming. So I gotta go find a hiding spot real quick, and I'll be back with you to teach you about Arbor Day. That was a long run, but I think I avoided getting captured once again. I am that sneaky. And now I am officially ready to teach you what Arbor Day is. Arbor Day is the celebration of trees in the United States of America. It was first celebrated in the state of Nebraska in 1872, but now in 2020, all of the United States celebrates Arbor Day and talks about the importance of trees to our livelihoods. And what are some importance of trees? Let's think. So, as a leprechaun, I'm thankful for trees, that I have clean air to breathe. I have clean water to drink. My leprechaun home is located at the base of a tree, but it also offers homes for a diverse amount of living things, from fungi to birds to raccoons, insects. All of these things benefit from trees. So while I was avoiding capture, I ended up getting into a little accident. So I'm not the most graceful leprechaun, however, I'm very sneaky. And I ended up tripping and falling when I ran into these. What are these? What tree am I stopped at? So these are the nuts of a black walnut tree. And black walnuts are native to Iowa, and they're very important to our economy because they allow for timber and different furniture to be built out of their beautiful wood. They also give us black walnuts, which a lot of people enjoy eating. But one time I asked my tree wizard friends, why do we celebrate Arbor Day when the trees aren't in their full glory? None of my trees have leaves right now. And you know what they said? It was a very logical answer. They said, well, the point of Arbor Day is to celebrate trees, and people are encouraged to plant trees. But you should plant trees before the leaves start to bud out. And so that is why Arbor Day is celebrated in April, is because when you plant trees, you don't want the trees to be budded out. One of my other tree wizard friends said, well, we celebrate it because it's celebration of new life in April, which is true. We're starting to celebrate spring, and trees are no different. So in order to ID trees this time of year, you can use their bark, and you can also use the twigs at the tops of the trees. So this is what a black oak or black walnut looks like when it's leafed out. As you can see, it says walnut. But also their bark is very unique. So if you look closely at all the trees, they all have unique patterns in them. And so if you look here, my tree wizard friend used the words, it's furrowed bark, which I looked up in the dictionary, and that means deep trenches in it. So as you can look, you look and see that there are deep trenches going all the way down in the bark. So come with me. Hopefully we won't get caught on this journey where we're going to learn a little bit more about trees. Hi everyone, this is Lucky here again, and I wanted to ID another tree with you. So I know when we think of trees, we think of our big, stately, mighty oak trees, the state tree of Iowa. However, our forests in Iowa are made up of a lot of different trees. We need smaller trees like this one that grow in the understory, and we need our large trees like our mighty oaks to offer a diverse ecosystem. So today we are going to talk about hop hornbeam just a little bit and how you can ID it without having the leaves on it. So hop hornbeam is a small diameter tree. It only gets to be 6 to 12 inches wide through the diameter of it, and it probably only gets to be 30 to 50 feet tall depending on where it is growing. So some ID methods is you can look at its bark when it's very young and even when it gets older. It has a long stringy bark. So remember how when we looked at our black walnut, it had really furrowed bark that was really chunky. This is a really fine bark, and it's more in a strip formation. So hop hornbeam is right here. And like I said, it's a small understory tree that only gets about 30 feet. So if you look at that bark right here, you can see that it's really a stringy kind of bark. And then another, remember we talked about in the winter, you can use the buds to ID things as well. So there's its winter buds. So this is hop hornbeam. Hey guys, I'm now standing in a red oak forest. And the reason I can tell that is one, I used the bark to ID it. And two, I paid attention to my surroundings. So one of the tree wizard's favorite advice is paying attention to your surroundings when you're in the forest. So what other resources could I use to ID this tree if I couldn't recognize the bark? Could I look around at all the leaves they have to offer? So I look here and I'm like, oh, that's for sure a red oak leaf. It's nice and pointed. Whereas white oaks would have rounded edges, and our bur oaks that are located at the nature center, they have rounded edges as well. So, beautiful red oak tree stand I'm standing in. And like I said, it's the state tree of Iowa, so it's really important to us. It's one of our few production trees, that and black walnut. So we value it quite a bit. It also gives a lot of homes and diversity to our landscape. So we have one more stop, and it's my favorite tree that you're going to learn about. My absolute favorite tree. I hope I can get there because I keep hearing people. I keep hearing them walking around, and I do not want to get captured. So hopefully we get to our next stop, but I think I hear something coming, so I gotta go. I would bring you to my favorite kind of tree. It's right here. It's this tree with all these holes in it. Why is a dead tree my favorite tree? Well, remember, one of the reasons a leprechaun is thankful for trees is because of the diversity of plants and animals and even fungus that are able to live and use trees as habitats. So a dead tree is a good tree. A dead tree offers opportunities for our woodpeckers to burrow in and get insects. It offers burrows for maybe some birds or squirrels. Sometimes even raccoons like to live in hollowed out trees. It offers an opportunity for fungus to grow on them, help those dead trees to decompose. When that dead tree falls over and is on land and laying on the ground, it offers habitats for our voles and our mice, and for some of our other creatures like skunks, an opportunity to have a den or offering foraging areas. So a dead tree is a beautiful tree in this leprechaun's eyes. And I know a lot of my tree wizard friends don't always love wildlife trees because they aren't production trees. However, our tree wizards also realize the importance of a diverse and beautiful habitat. So I want you to remember that when you're out in the forest or out in your backyard, that trees are so important. And I want you to celebrate trees every day of your life. Thank you for joining me. Lucky the leprechaun really misses you all, and she hopes to see you next year at St. Pat's Day. Have a wonderful day.